I saw this report published a while back. They asked executives in major companies, what is the most important trait you're looking out for when you want to employ someone? Now, 70% of them actually agreed that what they're looking out for when they want to employ someone is creativity. Interestingly, 21st century is actually referred to as the century of the creative economy, and we are sitting on treasure troves of creativity here in our country. What we must first of all recognize is there is a transition that is happening across the world as we moved in from the 19th century coming to the 20th and the 21st century. One of this, you can recognize it very easily, is that the factors of production are no longer what it used to be. Now, when we talk about the factors of production, we're talking about data, which is connectivity. We're also talking about device, which is the tool that you use to create technology. The third ingredient is your creativity. What you understand here is everyone has an opportunity to tap into their creative side. But unfortunately for many people, we bought into the lie that we're not creative. Some people actually feel that creativity is a faculty in the arts. You know, we have creative art in most of our schools. So if you're not studying creative art and dance and drama, that's not creativity. Some people think that creativity is a concept in science, and that's just what it is. But creativity is these and more. In the book of Genesis, we find that when God was mentioned, he moved on the face of the deep. We see God's first revelation of himself was a creator at work. Now, God came into a world of chaos. For God, chaos is not something to be worried about. Chaos is the very, very raw material from which God can create beauty. Crisis, for God, is not something to worry about. Crisis is actually raw material from which God can create. You and I are made in his image, and because he's a creator, we are also creators, or at best, co-creator. I really want to encourage every one of us that in the 21st century, you don't necessarily need to be wired to look for opportunities. You're also wired to create them. When we were much younger, we played around with a lot of things. We created things with our hands, and our minds could run wild because creativity was just something that was natural. But when we got into school, we're told to memorize factoids, to cram texts, and to revise and do a lot of these things. And while we were taught how to conform, we're being educated out of our creativity. But the very meaning of education has at the core creativity at the center. Education was about educere, bringing out from within. So why we go to school is because we're being educated on how to think, not just what to think, and to think creatively. And from that place of thinking creatively, we're able to solve human problems. We're able to contribute to society. So the question is not whether you're creative. The question for me that I leave you with is, what are you creating? The world needs you to shape it.